Hi all, this is Varshini Murali and welcome back to another video of squares and square roots part 2. Before we start with the lesson, let's have a pre-assessment. Question number 1. Integer 49 can be expressed as x times x. The value of x can be. So in this question we're going to find what is the value of x. Question number 2. The values of 0.9 square and 0.09 square is, the options are given here. You can pause the video to write your answers. Question number 1. The answer for question number 1 is 7 and minus 7. So 7 and minus 7 can be expressed as the integer 49. Question number 2 answer is 0.81 and 0.0081. Let's move ahead. Now let's see the learning object 2. Evaluate the square root of whole numbers and decimal numbers using prime factorization method. So in this video we're going to learn about to find square root of whole numbers and decimal numbers through prime factorization method. What is a square root? The measure of a side of the square is a square root. Here's an example. The square root of 16 is 4. What do you think the square root symbol is? It is basically called as radical. And we use it like, we can say that square root of 9 equals 9. Here's another example. What is the square root of 25? 25 is equal to 5 times 5 is 25. In other words, we can say that when 5 multiplied by itself, we get 25. So, the square root of 25 is 5. Now we're going to find the square root of whole numbers through prime factorization method. Here's an example. We're going to find the square root of 325 through prime factorization method. So as you know what is prime factorization, we have learned prime factorization in 5th and 6th grade. We're just going to find the LCM or prime factorization of 324. Here's the step how to find the prime factorization. After we have found the prime factorization, we are going to pair the prime factors. So we're going to pair 2 into 2 will be a single unit, just 2, 3 into 3 and 3 into 3. We're going to take the paired numbers 2, 3 and 3. After we have taken the paired prime factors, we are going to multiply them. 2 into 3 into 3. So what is 2 into 3 into 3? Which is 18. So the square root of 324 is 18. Isn't it easy? We can find the square root of any number through prime factorization. Here, now let me say about decimal numbers. Decimal numbers is very easy. It's the same thing as whole numbers, but we're going to add a decimal point in it. Here, let's take the example as the same number 3.24. This is the example. It's just easy. Just take the decimal point for now and just do this prime factorization of 324. After we have paired the prime factors and multiplied them, you get the result as 18, right? Now, it's very easy. We're just going to put a point in the half. We're going to take the number of decimal places in the square root is half. So here 3.24, the square root of 3.24 is going to be 1.8. It's not going to be 80 as the number is not whole number, it's a decimal number. It's going to be 1.8. Let's move on forward. Now, if you may have get these questions in your exams also. Is 80 a perfect square? So if we don't know if it's 80 a perfect square, the simple method which we have learned now itself is prime factorization. So we're going to do the prime factorization of 80. After you have done it, we're going to see if we can pair them. In this question, we are not able to pair as 5 does not have any pair number. The rest of them has a pair 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. 2 and 2 will be the prime factor. But here 5 cannot be a prime factor. So the prime factor 5 do not occur in pair. So as it does not have any prime pair for 5, it cannot be 80 cannot be a perfect square. So how to make the least number to be multiplied by 80 to make it a perfect square? What is the least number? Can you try to guess it or think about it? You can write your answers in the comment. The answer is 5. If we multiply 80 into 5, you get a perfect square. Let's take the same question but division. We're going to divide least number by which 80 must be divided to make it a perfect square. Answer is 5 itself. We're going to divide it by 5 itself. So the least number, if we divide 80 by 5, we can get a perfect square. Choice board. This is some of your practice questions which you can practice, and you can also share. We would like you to share your answers with us in the comment. So you can pause the video to write your answers. Let's now see the answers. Question number 1. It was basically to find the square root of 484 through prime factorization. So 484, which is equal to 2 into 2 into 11 into 11. So we found the prime factorization of 484. After that, we're going to pair the prime factors 2 and 11. We're going to multiply them and we get our answers to 22. So 484, the square root of 484 is 22. The question number B was basically to find the square root of a decimal number, as it was 20.25. This was the question. For now, while finding the prime factorization, just take out the decimal and just find it as usual. After that, pair your prime factors, and after you have got your answer, just one thing, just put a decimal point in the half. 20.25 is equal to 4.5. That's your answer. Let's move ahead. Question number 2. Question number 2 was basically they have given the square root as 4225, which is equal to 65. This was the question, and we need to find according to that 0.4225 and 42.25. It's very easy, as they have already given the square root in the question. So we just need to do nothing except we're going to put the decimal point. Here 0.65, the first question 0.4225, the square root is just put a decimal point 0.65. As well as the second one 42.25, very easy. Just put 6.5. And if you add both of them, you will get your answer as 7.15. Our third question is if 90 is a perfect square. We're going to find if 90 is a perfect square. We're going to do the prime factorization. After you have done it, we just need to pair the prime factors. But here 90 we are not able to pair as 2 and 5 does not occur in pairs. So we can conclude that therefore 90 is not a perfect square. So since 2 and 5 does not have a pair, we just need to multiply 2 times 5, which is 10. Question number 4. This question might be tricky to you, but if you can understand it, it will be very easy. So this is basically the question. 772 plus 135 plus 81. Here we'll start from the right side. 81. What is the square root of 81? 9. We're going to add 135 plus 9, which is 144. Square root of 144 is 12. We're going to add 772 plus 12, which is 784. Then we're going to do the prime factorization of 784, and we're going to take the prime factors out of them and we're going to multiply them and we'll get our answer as 28. So your answer will be 28. This is basically a very long process, but it's okay. These questions might come in your test or any exam or any worksheet. So yes. I'm going to end my video right here. I hope you liked my video. I would like everyone to share your answers with us in the comment and subscribe to my channel. Give us a thumbs up. I will see you next time. Goodbye.